Hey everyone, this is SM Pratt, and today we have another mail opening video. I'm going to try to do this one like a cool guy and open it right in front of you on camera. As you can see from the stamp, this was shipped out June 17th, 2019. I just removed the customs information, and the contents included, I don't fully remember. I know some of them, so this will be a bit of a surprise for me. But nonetheless, for those who want to know what I buy, here's a little snapshot. I would say I get a package like this probably at least once a month. I would say once to twice a month on average. I get a package like this in the mail. So let's get right into it, literally and figuratively. Gonna open this thing up with this really sharp box cutter. The package is a little tough to fit on camera, so apologies if the view is a bit awkward. Like right now, you can't see me cutting it. Alright, so there we go. Got the top open, and we are immediately greeted with a bunch of plushes. So we have a few of these plushes here. I actually think these are called Sitting Cuties, is what they're called. Over in Japan, they're called Pokemon Fit. It's the same if you go to the Pokemon Center US, they're called Sitting Cuties, and now they have most of them. But back when I made this order, like Caterpie, for example, wasn't available. Now it is. If you want to go get it, of course, you got to have a couple Charizards as well. Just move those to the side. And then also, you're going to think this one's out of left field. This Venonat. Just thought it looked good. This is a mixed bag of personal purchases and some inventory. Here are a couple other items that I am always buying. I love the old school Japanese promos, Golden Era promos. This is going to be the Slowpoke. Oh, you can't see it here because it's the back. So this one actually has some whitening. Great example. Actually, this is a great example right here. Still sealed. You see that whitening there at the top? Sealed item. Sealed does not equal PSA 10. Even this one. Also, oh, we got a 2-for-1 here. We got whitening and we got a warp right there. So this guy is going straight to the binder pile. This will probably be shipped out to whatever business buys my binder cards at this point. This one looks a little bit better. I'm not seeing... Oh, nope. Do we got a little warp there as well? Is that a little indent? See a little indent right there? Not looking good. We're starting out pretty rough here. We're starting out PSA 6. So this is a great example, though, of how sealed does not equal gem mint. So these are... I'll probably just keep these sealed, actually, because they are hard to find now. But this is the Slowpoke Playmat Trainer card. I think it comes in a red, green, and black playmat, but there you go. Those are just two that I picked up from Japan. Then we have more boxes. We have whoa. This is a wooden box. Didn't expect this. I genuinely don't know why this is in a wooden box. Okay, I know there's going to be a decent card in this package, so maybe this is it. We'll see. A little dramatic reveal to some cardboard paper. Oh, there it is. It's in the back. Okay. This might be why there was a wooden box. So this is going to be your Victory Ring Pikachu trophy card. One of the more expensive cards in the hobby. This was only given out at the 2005, 2006. Let me try to do this thing justice. Let's get a little close-up view. This is one of those cards most people probably... I call them once in a lifetime because the supply will never meet the demand. Obviously, you know, people can own one or two of them, but, you know, you're talking some of the rarest cards in the hobby. This was only given out to the winners of the 2006 Battle Roads. This is actually the case that was awarded in. Let me clear out this nice wooden box. Oh, everything's falling apart here. Everything's just falling apart in the background. So you have this nice stand, and it actually sits up on its own. You see how these long bits in the back right here, very minimal, fits in right now with the whole like Apple minimalist thing that's happening. So it just sits up on its own. You can have a nice display. I can actually put this in the background of my videos if I want. So that's the perk of the original case. Now, of course, protection isn't always top tier. You have this nice case and then a little insert. So like this design you see is just a real thin insert right there. See that in the middle? Let me try to angle it. It's kind of tough to see because it's so thin. But basically, it's the thickness of the card. And there's a little cutout there of the card. And I'm sure this one's going to be mint. Oh yeah, this thing looks perfect. Unlike the Slowpoke cards, this one is going to most likely be PSA 10. I don't see anything wrong with it. New back cards. Centering's great. Yeah, this is flawless. But let me give you a close-up on this Pikachu art. The only way to get this card was through the Battle Road in 2005 and 2006 in Japan. Just beautiful card. Great example how trophy cards, when people dish trophy cards, this one's nice because the holo is just on the ring. You see that? Right there. It's just on the victory ring. Also, there is a victory ring trophy without Pikachu. In my opinion, I think this one is the preferred, and I think the market agrees with that as well. When you throw Pikachu or Charizard in the card, it's just going to enhance it. But overall, captures that like mid-2000s CGI style. Really like this card. That's why I bought it. So there it is. One of the most valuable cards, one of the rarest cards in the hobby. And we'll just put him here in the background for now. So moving on, we have some other cards that are interesting. Oh, they have look at this packaging. Card Savers, tape. One of these is right. Card Savers good, tape bad. Tape is just absolute risk. That's all it is. So we're going to try to slowly cut through this. There we go. You never want to see tape and cards together. Those are two things you never want to see. All right, so we have some Masaki cards. Actually, we'll do a little condition. We'll go full transparent here. Sorry about the glare. It's hard. You're probably going to catch my bed head in the glare. Oh boy, this one's not looking 10. That's okay. At least it doesn't have... It's always a trade-off with Masaki's. It's like you're either going to get whitening or you're going to get that little corner indent. So at least this one doesn't have the corner indent, but it has a bit of whitening at the top. For those who aren't aware, Masaki cards are some of the most difficult Japanese cards to grade. As you saw with the whitening, that's one aspect that just happens naturally. However, I'm not sure if any of these have it, so I can show you. I got lucky here with these. They don't have the indent, but some of them have a corner indent because they were, similar to this card, we have that insert. These were inserted and were held by the corners, so the corners were just slightly held together. A very nice little pleasant hug of the card, but it leaves a subtle indent that sometimes, PSA will miss it, honestly. There are some cards that I've had that grade well and they miss the indent. It looks like these, though, I haven't noticed it yet. I'm sure someone who can slow down the video and zoom and enhance can point it out to me, but it doesn't look like there are indents on these. Also, Masaki cards, quick background, this is repeat for like 99% of the people viewing this. These were only available in Japan for the vending series. You had to send in the previous Evolve form of a Pokemon. So like with Omastar, you sent an Omanite. With Alakazam, you sent in Kadabra with the Bill PC card. And then that was returned with one of these. It was a mail-away campaign. Very iconic cards in the hobby. Very unique release. It was just an interactive release that's cool. Again, unique art to Japan. I would say Alakazam and Gengar. Pull up Gengar again. Probably going to be your favorites. I think Gengar steals the show with that little pose he's doing. But these are probably the favorites. Of course, I know someone's going to comment and say, actually, Omastar is my favorite. Some people actually wonder, why is Omastar in there? And I think it's because you can only get one. You can only choose whatever the Kabuto fossil is, and then the Lord Helix fossil. So you had to trade with a friend to get the other. So I think that's why he's in there. But nonetheless, that is the Masaki set, and here are a couple other cards. We have Pikachu level X, another Pikachu level X, another Pikachu level X, and, another Pikachu level X. And these are hopefully going to be, they're pretty good. This one has a bit of whitening, kind of tough to tell there. New backs are always more durable than old back cards. When you have something like, actually, here's a good example. This one has a bit of whitening here. Tough to tell, though, at a distance. If you hold it here, and then we got, I think Gengar had some on him. At the same distance, you can see that whitening on the top from Gengar, but on the left, kind of tough to tell with the gold border. That's why, PSA will be more lenient on these, because it's more difficult to spot sometimes. I even put some cards that have whitening in the not to grade pile, and I look through them again. I'm like, why am I not grading this? And then, I have to look at it like 5 more times. I'm like, oh yeah, there's whitening there. So there you go. We got some Pikachu level X cards. Okay, we have another decent card here. This is a Mysterious Pearl. Forgot about this one. Mysterious Pearl just doesn't get the full wood box case treatment, but this is another one of those top tier cards. It's a prize card, only awarded very similar to the Victory Ring Pikachu. This was basically the next gen. In my opinion, as it stands, I think 2010's kind of the cutoff point for the prize card demand. I think it's funny because it used to be like 2003, a long time ago. You know, we're talking like 2003 was like 3 years ago. But now I think 2010 is really where prize cards start to taper in interest. And, you know, maybe that'll change with time. But this, I think, is like the last era of the more popular prize cards. So Mysterious Pearl is another one of those very difficult cards to obtain. And of course, when I say that, I'm sure someone's like, oh, well, Miracle Diamond's actually much more difficult. I didn't say it's literally the most difficult card, but it's definitely that upper tier rarity. You know, most people won't own this card, again, because there's not enough supply to meet the demand. It's a great example of one of these purchases I make all the time of cards that weren't released in sets nationwide. So there you go. Mysterious Pearl. And then last but not least, we have a few other personal purchases here. More dreaded tape. Can't do it. I'm going to have to tell them tape is cancer. You don't want it for trading cards. Basically, for stuff like this, you either want to wrap it, team bag it, drop all this in a team bag. Tape is always a risk. Luckily, it's on the side, so it's not a big deal. So I bought a couple of these. I really like these new Secret Rare trainers. These are strictly a personal purchase. I usually buy 2 to 5 of everything, even personal stuff. Because as you can see, some of the centering's different. This one has a thinner border on the left. This one has a thinner border on the right. This one has a thinner border on the left. But at the end of the day, I just absolutely love these cards. I'm usually not big on the full arts, especially the Sun and Moon full arts. I think they're a step down from X and Y. In my opinion, these are beautiful. Let me just go through. Let me go through each one of these one by one so you can see them. So this was the most recent. As I think there's a new one that just dropped with Remix Bout. It's like a dojo with Mankey. This one actually might be my favorite. I think it's Viridian Forest. Let me get this close up. I forget we have a camera here that you guys can look at this in detail. I really like the gold accent. It's going to be really hard to show you the texture. Love the textured full arts. Nice gold accent to the design. I think that's the only one that doesn't have a Pokemon in it. The other one is kind of like a Where's Waldo deal where you find the Pokemon. This one, I think a couple of Starlies there on the bottom. And then this guy right here looks like a Borderlands type shot. Is there a Pokemon in this? Not seeing the Pokemon. All right, we're not doing well here with the trend that I started. I'm like, oh yeah, there's going to be a Pokemon every one. Next one up, none. So we got Magikarp here. This one is also, I would say Viridian Forest, and this one is probably my favorite. It's like Brooklet Hill, I think is the name. So far, these aren't in English. I'd actually prefer for them. I wouldn't mind normally if they go to English, but because we're like 5 or 6 deep now, I prefer for them to stay in Japan. That way you just have something, you know, just a little chase, something exclusive. And then this one as well has the Ladian, however you pronounce that, Ladybuzz evolution form. But those are the current ones available. Again, these are all just personal purchases. Really like this style. I'm hoping they do like a full 9. So far we have 5, I guess 6 plus the remix bout. It'd be cool to have like a full page of these all together. I think they work well together. So there you go, guys. That was my package opening. Might do a couple of these in the future. Typically, something like this, I just do in private, you know, and, you know, look through everything, sort everything out, throw everything in storage. But there you go. Hopefully that was useful. Hopefully you enjoyed looking at some rare cards. Put the 2 prize cards there in the back. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Just let me know your thoughts. Till next time.